Salah, meta. Ast. Austria, meta. Yani. Filia, falum. Kalni. Okay, filia ka kalnihta. Ja, kalnihta.
And a proud moment indeed, receiving the ring from NBA Commissioner David Stern. What a year and what a run to the championship. And a tip-off opening night. State Farm presents our starting lineups. Okay, first for the Bulls. B.J. Armstrong is out there with Jordan. We've got Cartwright. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then it's Pippen, and it's Rodman in at the 4. And then for the Dallas Mavericks, Derek Harper is out there with Jackson. We've got Bradley. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. And it's White in at the 4 slot.
Well, Dallas may not be the toughest team defensively, but they're very smart. They do a nice job of avoiding fouls and keeping teams off the free throw line.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Jordan in the starting lineup for the very first time in the NBA.
Well, when we talk about him, we're talking about one of the best players out there, guys. He's worked and worked, and it's really paid off for him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Can you believe how far this guy's come? He's made tremendous strides. If the question early on was how good can he be, we now know the answer is very, very, very good.
There's the triple. And yes, sir, that one drops. Jackson's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Mavs. And Steve, you brought up the fouls. Part of it, Clark, is that they aren't overly aggressive on D, but another part is they're maybe too careful, too.
Yeah, you got to have the right mixture of aggressiveness and caution. You want to strike a balance there. Dallas isn't going to shut any team down with their D, but they're not giving games away either with silly fouls, and that's how you got to approach it from their standpoint.
I'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Doris?
Kevin, they are well aware of the potent offense they'll be facing off against in this game. He said communication on defense and rotating well are two of the biggest keys to their success. He feels that if they can contest shots, they'll fare better than other teams have against this opponent. Guys?
All right, Doris, they're probably, Clark, well aware of the firepower they're up against.
Well, Kevin, Steve, you always have to be aware of that when you're facing these guys.
Yeah, no question. If you're not prepared right from the outset, then this team will punch you in the mouth and get off to a big lead early. So they've got to be up to the task defensively.
Just 5 on the clock. From deep. The shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first game of the NBA's regular season.
Well, they were the better team when these two teams got together a year ago, no question. Sweeping the season series 2-0.
Jordan with the screen on Bradley. They get it back.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Jackson gets the bucket. Here's Jordan. It makes you wonder how the standings might look if some of these teams actually changed conferences.
Well, Kevin, I think it'd be a whole new world, a totally different world. A whole new set of matchups, but at least everybody gets a couple of games a year to check everybody else out up close.
Harper against Armstrong. Armstrong against Harper. 5 on the clock. Over Armstrong. Harper, no good. Chicago trailing here. Up with it. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Great work. I mean, you have to decide as a defense, just how much damage are we going to allow him to do? You know, the Bulls were a tough team while traveling last season and ended up with the second most road wins in the Eastern Conference, trailing only the Miami Heat.
Clark talking about the Bulls on the road. They got those 26 road wins by, I think, getting really tough.
Well, they're such a good rebounding team, guys. And when you rebound on the road, it gives you a chance to win.
Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Right around 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Rodman with a screen on Harper. Armstrong kicks to Jordan. Shoots over Bradley. No good from Jordan. And Dallas has possession. Trailing by 2. Harper. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, the Mavericks did a really good job against the East, and you have to be strong out of conference if you're going to grab the number 3 seed in the West.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You're right about the Mavs there, Clark. 22-8 against the East last year. Steve, some good numbers.
Man, a surprising note, they swept some of the bigger fish over in the Eastern Conference. 2 wins each versus Boston and Miami. Oddly enough, they struggled against Milwaukee, like playing down to your competition.
Jackson kicks to Bradley, moving it around from the wing. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Moderate advantage here, slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
Now Jackson. He's got 5. It's a look. Good as the jump shot falls. Jackson's got 7 points. And here are the Bulls now. Armstrong kicks to Pippen. Upside Pippen. Cartwright working against Bradley. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
You know, seeing the Bulls here, they were just absolutely terrific against the Western Conference last year, and I don't think that should be a surprise at all.
Like you mentioned, the Bulls in the West, Steve, they were 23-7 against the conference. Very good numbers.
That was the best mark of any team in the East. 3 more wins than the Heat, who came in second with 20.
I like the fact that the Mavs were a really strong team at home, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, it seems like each year they find a way to win in front of a terrific home crowd.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Unload from 9. Harper, no good. Back to the Mavs, that home crowd. They also have another guy who's pretty important in that audience. That's their own, and he slams it home. Here's the replay on the Sprite Slam Cam.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
I think you knew the Bulls were geared up for a deep postseason run last year, and after their regular season, I don't think they disappointed at all.
Allen Iverson is checked in for White. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Harper. Feeds it to Jackson. Back to Harper. Smith with a screen on Armstrong. Harper dishes to Jackson. Armstrong against Harper. 5 to shoot. Releases from 15. That drops. Jackson's got 9. Again, back to the Bulls. Anytime your top 60 wins and are the top seed in the league, you know, you're expected to do, Steve, some pretty big things come the postseason.
And getting to the Eastern Conference Finals was fantastic for Chicago, but now the honeymoon's over. Now the expectations will be high, and anything less than a trip to the finals may be viewed as a failure by the fans.
Harper kicks to Jackson. The fadeaway. Good on the shot. 11 points in the game.
Boy, is he coming out strong. That's 5 consecutive field goals to start this game.
And Steve, the defense hasn't been able to do anything to stop him. I mean, they haven't found anything to slow this guy down. Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
Fires for 3. Harper, no good.
It's been a struggle. It's not happening right now. He needs to settle down a bit and let the offense come to him a little more. He's forcing things right now.
The Mavericks leading. Got a piece of it.
Boy, he needs to show more patience with the ball. That steal was easy pickings on such a long pass.
Outside Jordan. Shoots over Harper, and Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 9.
Well, the lead just going back and forth here. We're seeing some really good basketball.
You know what, guys? I've lost track of how many times the lead has changed. I mean, it's obvious, though, it's been a good one, and neither side can pull away.
Chicago making some changes. Longley comes in for Cartwright, and it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. Here's Paxson. Right around, 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Rodman. Jordan with a screen on Smith. Jordan covered by Smith. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, guys, Dallas kind of gets slept on in terms of playoff action because they've been so disappointing in recent years, but they worked hard all season, and the hard work has its reward.
Great perspective. The Mavericks making a switch here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clark, back to Dallas. They weren't really talked about as a contender, and some even had him losing to Portland in the first round. Then, Steve, that Los Angeles upset, that sweep got everybody's attention.
Sure did. They took the first 2 games in L.A., then they blew out the Lakers in Game 4 to finish off the sweep. Just an incredible series, and I think that was the series that was the springboard for Dallas into the finals and past the Miami Heat. When they beat the Lakers, Dallas knew they could win the whole thing.
Gets it to go.
I'll tell you what, right now that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Jordan against Jackson. Unloads. Hits the 15-footer. Pippen's got 6 points.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Now here is Harris. Smith with a screen on Pippen. Pulls up, high post. Good on the jump shot.
They are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Rodman sets a screen. Pippen, the pass to Jordan. They're moving the ball. Paxson. It's rebounded by Allen Iverson.
They got that rebound, but this is not how they wanted to start the game in terms of hitting the glass.
Yeah, it's about time they actually got a rebound. It's time to get physical here in this game.
It's stolen by Smith. They can get back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, you know, they got behind, but they hung in there and maintained contact.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
How about the Bulls' improvement a year ago, guys? They won 62 games, up from 41 in the previous year. Once again, Chicago has become a dominant team.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And dominant is the right word, as you mentioned, with the Bulls. They just ran away with the regular season.
Kevin, it's been a while since the Bulls had the best record in the NBA, but the way they came together, it wasn't really shocking. They were good defensively, and they had chemistry and cohesiveness offensively.
Back to Harris. Guarded by Jordan. Outside Jackson. Jordan against Harris. Shot clock at 5. Pushes up. Jordan hauls it in off the defensive glass. And so here is Chicago. They trail by 1. Paxson against Harris. Paxson kicks to Jordan. Over Jackson. And the Bulls with another miss. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 1. Chicago trailing here. Harper with the ball. And here's Bradley. He kicks it to Jackson. Over Kukoc. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Jackson's got 13. Outside Jordan. He's guarded by Harper. Jackson against Armstrong. Just 5 to shoot. A nice shot by Jordan. 13 points in the game.
He's a pleasure to watch on the offensive end. I know I wouldn't want to guard him.
Now Harper. Outside Jackson. Outside Harper. Launches it. Goes back up. And no mistakes on the layup. Bradley's got his second basket.
Yeah, he saw that lane to the offensive glass, and that's how he cashed in.
Stolen. Mavericks leading by 3. Everybody's running. Outside Harper. Shoots. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. Their next game is at New Orleans Arena in New Orleans for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. The first one falls.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
White, he's checked in for Bradley. The Mavericks leading. Outside Harper. There's the double team with Pippen. Jackson against Jordan. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 15 points.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
He may want to start spreading the ball around a little bit. His shot is off right now.
For 3, gets the bucket. Now it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
A lot of space out there in transition when you get that far away from the hoop.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
When you think of Dallas, you don't really think about a pounded inside team. I mean, and there's good reason for that. Despite their size, they were in the top 5 last year in the number of three-pointers taken.
Jordan with a screen on White. Pippen against Harper. 6 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. And Dallas the other way. Mark, going back to Dallas, you're right on the money again. It helps when pretty much everyone on the floor can shoot the three ball at any given time.
Makes you hard to guard.
It does.
It sure does, because now you've got the defense spread out, and you've got them on the run, you've got them on a string. It's exactly how Dallas won those games last year. Stretch you out and shoot it.
Now the feed to White. Number 11. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Oh! Here's a second look with the Sprite Slam Cam.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
A serious degree of difficulty on that one.
Here's Harper. He's got 6. For the 3. They grabbed their own miss. Guarded by Jordan. The second chance effort lands off on the front of the rim and drops. He's got 8.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, but he found a way to step it up here.
Left side, Jordan. Lets it go. The shot misses. And Dallas the other way. Right side, Harper. He feeds it to White. Armstrong gets the rebound.
I think he's been fighting his shot a little bit. He's not getting many of them to drop right now.
Poked loose.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
Mashburn. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Got the shot to drop and has a chance for one more.
Boy, that was a tidy little play that time by him to get a chance at 3 points.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Good for the three-point play. Here's Jordan. 17 points in the game. White covering. Layup off the pick. No good on the layup. Here's Dallas. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Wiley, guarded by Jordan. Now the pass to White. Backs him down. Such a wide-open look. He has 6.
He's finally starting to get it going here offensively.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
The coach doesn't look pleased at all. He's going to try to iron things out.
Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Chicago. Kerr comes in for Armstrong. Bulls trail by 12. It's tipped. Here's Mashburn. A stupendous finish in traffic.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Outside Jordan. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And they needed that hoop to try to stop this run.
They just seem to keep coming up empty. They've got to slow it down and get a good shot.
Good look. Snatched up. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points.
Things have changed a little bit here in the second quarter, guys, and we're seeing them start to convert a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coach has to be happy about this. I mean, the hustle underneath is paying off in a big way. Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Here's Wiley.
Full court pressure here in the man-to-man.
Boy, it takes a lot of energy for both teams in this kind of situation, the offense and the defense.
Guarded by Kukoc. Offensive rebound. Mashburn. Blocked. Bulls trail by 14.
That's just horrible decision. We got to be more patient with the ball.
Jordan gets called for the reach. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Wiley. The 3. Tony Kukoc comes up with the rebound. And the Bulls with possession. It's a 14-point game. Looking ahead to the next game, playing in New Orleans, they'll take on the Hornets. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And stolen by Harris.
Yeah, they've got to do a better job controlling the ball. That's 4 points now given up off turnover.
And trailing as they are, Steve, I mean, you just can't afford those kinds of mistakes and empty trips.
Right side, Jordan. Good from 11 feet out. Jordan's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, after that strong start to this game, he's really picked it up here in the second.
Here's Wiley, guarded by Jordan from about 16, and Wiley gets it to go. Here is Kerr. 1:37 left to play here in the half. Here's Cartwright, puts it up. Another one falls for Chicago. We've got 1:23 left in the first half of basketball. Now here is Harris. That's tipped. Kukoc with the steal.
You know, Kevin, by and large, the turnover story hasn't been that bad for them. I mean, they've only given up a handful.
As soon as they forced that turnover, they really attacked the rim. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was the highlight of the sequence.
Harris outside. Releases. And another basket for Dallas.
Boy, they just cannot figure out a way to stop this guy this quarter, Kevin.
Pass to Jordan. Takes it up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, plenty of contact there. Easy call.
Steve, when you miss a shot like that, you know he got hit on the way up.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Good on both. Here's Jackson. He's got 15. Outside Harper. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Rodman's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Jordan with it. He's got 23. 6 on the shot clock. Guarded now by Jackson. Off the screen. Offensive rebound. Here's Cartwright, and he makes good on the layup.
Just like they drew it up, fellas.
Here's Harper. He got it up. Shot is no good. And the first half is now in the books. Mavericks lead by 10.
And welcome. The NBA season is in its early stages, which means the Rockets grabbed the win against the Jazz in Utah. Didn't run into much resistance.
Thanks for tuning back in as we get back to the action here in this NBA opener. Jackson against Armstrong. Outside Pippen. Shot from free throw range, and he knocks down the jumper. Pippen's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bulls. White against Rodman. Back to Harper. White is whistled for the loose ball foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Bulls trail by 8. Outside Jordan. Lifts up. And it's White with the rebound.
He came away empty there, and that's a shot that should probably go down.
Plenty of space. Jackson misses.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Back to Rodman. Passes to Jordan. Over Jackson. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got 25 points in the game. Rodman brings the double team. The tray. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Changing sides didn't seem to help them at all, huh, guys? They've missed their first 3 shots in the third quarter.
Jordan dishes to Pippen. Blocked. Mavericks leading by 6. Mashburn guarded by Pippen. Harper. Here's Bradley, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
Armstrong passes to Jordan, and the 3 ball is good. Jordan's got 5 points in the quarter.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
And the Mavericks call time here. Here's Harper. 8 points for him. Rodman brings the double team. Shoots a fader. Shot's good. 14 points for him.
Great shot. Had to fade back, but he still managed to drain.
Jordan kicks to Pippen. Back to Jordan. He's guarded by Harper. 4 on the shot clock. Jordan with the bucket.
Tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
And here is Harper. Now White. Outside Harper. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's Harper. Puts up the prayer. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Here's Armstrong, trailing by 5. Left side, Jordan. Right side, Pippen. The pass to Cartwright. Over Bradley. Mavericks leading by 5. Corner shot, and it's Dallas with another.
That was just a perfect feed there.
Here's Armstrong. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Jordan. Shoots over Harper. No good from Jordan. Harper against Jordan. Everybody's running. A leaner. Harper, no good.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Deflects the pass. And Dallas has possession. At one point, they led by 16. Shoots off the step back. He squares up and sinks it. Jackson's got 17 now. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Here's Jordan, 30 points in the game.
Mavericks foul. Derek Hardwood. First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Here's Jordan. Outside Pippen. Jordan against Harper. The shot by Jordan, no good.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
Knocked away. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Harper. He's got 8. He passes it to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's White. The jumper from the free throw line is good. And it's an 11-point Maverick lead.
That's 10 straight points now coming in that mid-range jump shot area, guys.
Yeah, it is, and they're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off, and I think that's very good discipline they're showing us here.
McLeod, guarded by Jordan. Back to Harper. From downtown, that's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and then
and it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 6. Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 18. Bulls trail by 8. Guarded by Harris. Jordan, the pass to Wennington. And stolen by Harris.
They only had one mistake prior to halftime, but he's starting to get a little sloppy there offensively. They continue to build on this lead.
yeah, they're trying to get a little more separation, Steve, and they actually have a chance to do it the way they're making plays at both ends.
Jordan with a screen on Smith. It's stolen by Davis.
Great defensive work right there. The quick hands lead to the turnover. Boy, are they on a tear.
You know what, Steven, offensively, you sometimes don't know how or why it happens, but you just ride the wave as long as it's flowing.
Outside Jordan. Guarded by Harris. Backing down is Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seeing, and they're going to try to hash it out here.
Here's Jordan. 30 points in the game. Guarded by Harris. Shot denied. Mavericks leading by 15. Number 11.
Defensive foul. Luke Longley. That's his first personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 41 seconds left in the third. Here's Jordan. And again, unable to change momentum here. And here comes Iverson. Harris outside. Off target with his 3. Bulls trail by 17.
Now running a little bit of time off. Looks like they're going to play for the final shot.
Steve, you're right. If nothing presents itself, hold for one.
Smith. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Smith's got his first basket. Outside Jordan. A miraculous buzzer beater.
Well, I love how he kept his cool there. Low stress, not a care in the world.
The Bulls.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Let's go to Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. It's the Mavericks with the spark of the game, with that push we saw. They have had the answer for every defense they've had thrown their way and keep adding to their lead. There has been no let-up in play, and they should have a strong fourth. Let's see how it turns out, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
That time he found a gap in the defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
And he finishes at the rack. Jordan's got 35 in the game.
Well, he's their top scorer, but the defense has forced him into a tough shooting game. We'll have to shoot better for them to win.
Harper with the ball. And here's White. 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Again, the Mavericks score.
3 of their last makes coming off assists.
Yeah, they're moving the ball as well as I've seen them in quite some time.
Back to Jordan. Outside Rodman. Outside Jordan. And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Jackson. Poked away. Armstrong against Harper. Jackson kicks to Bradley. Shoots over Cartwright. Again, the Mavericks score.
You know, guys, this is what happens with him. All of a sudden, he can erupt from the floor.
Jordan dishes to Armstrong. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Jordan. Gets himself open and drills it. Jordan's got 16 points here in the second half. Here's Jackson. Outside Harper. And the basket by Jackson. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Teardrop shot, and Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got 41.
You know, it is really hard to miss shots that close to the basket.
Dallas calls timeout.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Harper. Clock at 6. The baseline J. Here's Bradley. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets their second chance points. Bradley's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one.
And the big-time jam. Let's see it again with the Sprite Slam Cam.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Here's McLeod. The three-pointer, no good. Bulls trail by 16. Jordan kicks to Armstrong. Pass to Bushley. Puts up a 3. No good.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
Here's Hodge. A beautiful reverse layup.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
Here's Bushley. Outside Jordan. Stolen by Jackson.
Well, his 4 turnovers aren't helping his team's cause at all, are they?
Over Armstrong. Jackson misses. Bulls trail by 18. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, it was an open question to start last season whether the older elite teams could stay on top. And during the regular season, they seem to do pretty well. The Spurs, Lakers, Mavs, the Celtics all ranked in the top 3 in their respective conferences. But the big picture started to become a little less rosy once we got the playoffs going.
McCloud, guarded by Jordan. Three-pointer. The rebound by Cartwright. Clark, you're right. Going back to those veteran teams last season, the Spurs knocked out in the first round. Celtics and Lakers beaten convincingly in the second round, Steve. Major statements made in both conferences.
Yeah, it seems like last year was almost a changing of the guard type season in the NBA, Kevin. You had the older teams, as you mentioned, like the Celtics and Lakers and Spurs, going out relatively early in the playoffs. And then some of the younger groups, whether it was Oklahoma City or Chicago or Miami, really coming to the forefront. And I think over the next decade, we're definitely looking at a brand new kind of regime change in the NBA.
And Dallas has possession. The Bulls getting the bucket. Jordan inside. He's guarded by Harper. Jordan is tagged with the reach. And that'll be his third foul so far. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Harper. Defended by Kerr.
This will be a studio.
Harper against Kerr. 6 on the shot clock. With the clock winding down, but they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Oh, he misses that one. He did knock down one three-pointer in the first half, though.
Oh! Stuffs it through.
Come on now, I didn't see. Can you believe that finish? Boy, a little bit of flair and flavor at the end of it.
Oh, that'll be a fan favorite, all right.
That was not your average typical dunk.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. The and one is good, so a three-point play that time.
Even though they're down, they're putting on a show at the free throw line this half.
I think they've done a good job of making the most of their chances at the line, and they've got to keep it up to take the lead.
Now Harper. Dishes it to White.
Let me see something, guys. Okay, if I...
Back to Harper. Dallas needs to get off a shot. White, good.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Boy, that did not look good, Clark. I'm not sure how soon we'll see him back.
Yeah, I'm with you there, partner. I mean, that's the last thing anybody wants to see, that kind of injury.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Davis is checked in for the Mavericks. Jackson against Jordan. Rodman kicks to Jordan. Armstrong with it. Jordan inside. He's guarded by Harper. Cartwright, the pass to Jordan. Takes a three. And again, Chicago. No good. Mavericks leading by 14. Outside Harper. Mashburn, guarded by Pippen. Harper up top, guarded by Jordan. Harper's shot's good. Here's Jordan. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Yeah, knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game.
In the first half, he was able to get to the line a little bit more. Let's see if he can pick it up here.
And the first one drops. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. And so he hits both. Here's Wiley. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
Here's Armstrong. It's rebounded by Dallas. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Davis with a screen on Jordan. Here's Wiley, guarded by Jordan. Shot clock at 5. He tries for 3. And the pass to Wiley. Takes the 3, and that one's good. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
Just zipping the ball around the perimeter. Good advantage for them in terms of points off assists.
Well, they say coaches always talk about how defenses can't keep up with the fast-moving ball, and attacking with the pass makes you much harder to defend.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Harris outside. Davis with a screen on Armstrong. Rodman brings the double team. Wiley, Rodman covering. Davis against Rodman, and Davis can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 15. Whoops, they pick off the pass. He's picked up by Pippen. Jordan is whistled for reaching in. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th, so he's going to have to be very careful the way he plays and pick his spots here in the second half.
McLeod, he's covered by Armstrong. Just 5 to shoot. Passes it to Wiley. The 3 is launched. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, they've looked good here tonight, and now they are coasting to the finish line.
Steve, just a matter of time right now.
Well, not much they can do at this point.
Nope, playing for pride, trying to finish strong for pride's sake.
Here's Jordan. They're making this a runaway.
Now, the only question now is how big will this lead eventually become? I mean, this is a blowout. And that ought to do it. That should seal the deal.
Yep, I agree. Closing it out with relish.
Rodman sets a screen. Off target with that shot. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They put on...
Great game.
The Hornets play before the hometown crowd at the New Orleans Arena. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports, live from New Orleans. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup presented by State Farm. Jordan in at 2 guard. Pippen is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Cartwright, and it's Armstrong in at the 1. And for Charlotte, they've got Newman. Gill is out there with Bogues. Then it's Johnson, and it's Mourning in at the 5 spot. Mourning a screen on Rodman. Newman the pass to Gill. Poked away and stolen by Jordan.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
And it's Mourning with the rebound. The Hornets on offense. This their first chance to take a look at the Bulls.
And not one of these games went their way last season.
Here's Gill. He's picked up by Jordan. Gill misses. 2 teams, Clark, fighting tooth and nail near the top of the conference. That hurts to get swept.
It's certainly demoralizing. You can't help but feel like that team has got your number. They're handling you all the time.
Now here's Jordan. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Here's Pippen. Can't get it to go. And the Hornets now going the other way. Bogues against Jordan. Jordan against Bogues. 6 to shoot. Here's Newman. Rodman covering. That's blocked. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And so here is Chicago.
I'll tell you one thing, it's really hard to go from winning no playoff series in 1 year to a championship. That is a big jump. Only 2 teams have done it in the modern era. That's what the Bulls were up against last season.
Now here's Jordan over Bogues, and the Bulls with another miss.
3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I caught up with the Hornets head coach. He believes this game hinges on how well they can fare against the defense they're up against. A defense that coach believes to be one of the best in the league. He said, quote, "We know they are a strong unit on that end, but we still have to take it to them. We need to dictate what happens on our possessions. They want to be assertive, Kevin."
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like that one they're facing today, Clark has certainly got their attention.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they need to dictate what they do offensively instead of taking what's available. Take what you want.
Steve?
Well, that's the only way to go. I mean, this is a game about aggressiveness. And if they're not aggressive, that defense is just going to swallow them up.
Here's Jordan. He's covered by Gill. Off the screen. It's blocked.
5 straight misses to start the game. I don't know if they're loose yet.
Jordan is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. Passes it to Gill.
I'm hungry.
Mourning against Cartwright. And that one's good. Gill.
You have to have such a great feel for the ball to get a finger roll like that to go.
There's the 3, and Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Gill. Guarded by Jordan. Gill kicks to Johnson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, the defense has to prevent the ball from getting down into that area if they're going to be successful, guys.
The feed to Jordan. The rebound by Johnson.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
Bogues dishes to Mourning. It falls. Mourning's got his second bucket of the night. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
I'm guessing they got quite a post-game speech from their coach because that was a really poor performance.
I would say it might be a little more than a post-game speech. He may have done more than just talk after that one.
Shot from the wing. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 5.
Kevin, his scoring ability is valuable, really valuable. I mean, he's a guy you can rely on to knock down shots. And
here's Bogues. Johnson right side. Working on Rodman. The baseline J. Johnson's shot is off.
Gotta like the defense not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do it. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Now here's Jordan. He has 5. Pippen. Another one falls for Chicago.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Here's Newman. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Gill the pass to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's picked up by Jordan. Here's Gill. They grab their own miss. Second chance shot. Newman with the bucket. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
They seem to have lost their mojo offensively. Probably a good time out here to try to get a play in and jumpstart their offense.
Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Pippen. Here's Jordan. Right around 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Bogues defending. That's good. Jordan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Tough matchup there defensively. He just doesn't have the height or the length to bother that shot.
Cartwright against Mourning. Shoots over Cartwright. Mourning can't make it work.
Boy, surprised to see that one stay out.
Me too, Steve. I mean, those are ones that usually go down for sure.
Here's Kukoc. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Gill. Hits the close-range jumper.
He did awfully well to thread that pass there into the paint.
Chicago with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's Jordan. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jordan's got 9.
Well, you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Bogues with it. Now here is Mourning. Shoots over Cartwright. Mourning can't make it work.
This has been a strong statement by them, the way they've come out and attacked the glass early.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. I love the physical play, the fact that they're taking the game right to their opponents.
Now here's Jordan. Can't cash in from close range.
I think he caught a glimpse of the defender out of the corner of his eye because he just seemed to lose his focus there for a moment.
Bogues against Jordan. Bogues kicks to Johnson. And stolen by Jordan.
Smooth defense there. He made it look like the pass was intended for him.
Kukoc backs down. Now Jordan. 9 points in the game so far. Over Gill. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And it's the Hornets' ball. Here's Bogues. He's picked up by Jordan. He passes to Gill. Lifts up. Blocked. Chicago trailing here. And here's Armstrong. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
You know, something distracting him. The guy just...
Here's Jordan. They trail by 1. Clock at 6. Fires from 14, and he put too much on that one. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Hornets on top. They're up by 1.
And I thought the defense was key here for this club.
Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls. Jordan in at shooting guard. Longley out there with Dennis Rodman. Then it's John Paxson. And it's Pippen in at the 3, the small forward. Longley against Mourning. Number 21 with 1 on the clock, and it's good on the layup. And the Hornets lead by 1.
You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good hoop there.
From 11 feet away, and it's Chicago scoring again. Here's Gill. Back to Mourning. Covered by Longley. Mourning can't make it work.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Here's Jordan. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. Here's Gill. Number 24, guarded by Jordan. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Tell you, he's worked hard to improve his jumper, but it still hasn't clicked for him.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint. Make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's just tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Cartwright's checked in for Longley. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. There's the pass to Gill. Guarded by Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The first one falls. Gill hits them both. Here's Jordan. He's got 17. Stolen. It's 1-on-1. Phenomenal play. Now the replay from the Sprite Slam King.
Yeah, easy bucket for him there.
And finish he did. Took it hard to the rim.
Back to Pippen. Rodman sets a screen. Got a hand on it. The Hornets trail. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take.
Now that's just rubbing it in, fella.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Gill against Jordan. Oh! Rises up and throws it down.
You know, that's something he's capable of every trip down.
And it's just impossible to get tired of.
Yeah, there's always this excitement, this aura that surrounds him, guys, and the crowd senses it.
Bogues with it. To the inside. Mourning backing down. Blocked. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Here's Jordan. 20 points for him. He's covered by Gill. Back to Jordan. Cartwright, the pass to Jordan. 4 on the clock. Over Gill. No good from Jordan.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
He's gotten himself involved in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic all-around performance, guys.
He kicks it to Armstrong. They set the screen. Oh! Jams it with authority.
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on that one.
And the Hornets making a change here. Johnson's checked in, and he's unable to convert here on the three-point play.
Well, they're doing a nice job of drawing fouls here in the quarter and getting to the free throw line.
You know, the clock might not keep moving, but constantly getting points from the foul line, that's a great way to maintain your lead.
Here's Mourning, drills the elbow jumper. Mourning's got his third basket of the night right there. Armstrong dishes to Jordan. He's covered, but
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
Man, they should be, Kevin. That was one elaborate finish.
Here's Bogues. Passes to Gill. Guarded by Jordan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
There's a lot of contact there. Good call.
From the New Orleans arena. Back in a moment.
And welcome. The NBA season is in its early stages, which means we're just getting... Charlotte ended up with a loss to the match.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Bogues out there with Gill. Then there's Mourning. Then it's Newman. And it's Johnson in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. So it's Charlotte now, trailing by 2. Bogues kicks to Mourning. To tie. Nice jump shot. Good. Mourning's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hornets. He feeds it to Jordan. Kicks it to Rodman. Johnson's there. Rodman passes to Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. Armstrong dishes to Jordan. Over Gill. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 26.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game, really playing well offensively.
Pass to Gill. Goes right up, and he bangs it home with one hand. It's a tie ball game.
Well, it's been a long battle, but they have finally gotten the game even again.
Yeah, you wonder, though, I mean, battling back like that sometimes can give you a mental edge, but other times maybe you've used too much energy to get all the way back, so we'll see.
Another board just continuing to add to that big rebound margin.
And it's a bit ironic, guys. I mean, you would think the score wouldn't be so close the way they're dominating the glass, but this one is still in the balance.
Here's Jordan, and that's 2 points on the layup. Jordan's got 4 points this quarter.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Slammed home, and they call the foul. Here's Jordan. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Jordan, he's in at the point. Long way out there with Cartwright. Then it's Tony Kukoc, and it's Rodman in at the small forward position. Latre. They get it back. Kukoc against Gill. Tries again, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And so he makes both from the line.
Just perfection for them from the foul line in the second half.
Well, they haven't missed, and they look as cool and as comfortable as a baby in a nice bassinet. Every time they step up to the line, it's easy, and relax.
And there's the rejection. Now the Bulls with it. The lead is 2. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. And he puts it down with authority. Sprite slam cam for another angle.
Now that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can cap off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
It's a look. Charlotte no good that time either.
The defense a little shaky there, and he had a good look.
Here's the 3, and that is good. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
You give him any kind of space, he's going to knock that down.
Curry kicks to Johnson. And the pass to Newman to end the run, and that one's good.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Right up. There's the block. And they keep possession. And that one's hit by Rodman. Here's Curry. He's picked up by Jordan. Jordan against Curry. Gill. From outside the arc. And it's the Hornets another 3.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Hornets trail by 5. Feeds it to Curry. Longley against Johnson. Passes it to Gill. Unloads from 9. Here's Mourning. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it. Mourning's got 16 here in the second half. Now here's Jordan. Longley a screen on Gill. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Wennington, he's checked in for Cartwright. Pippen comes in for Luke Longley. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for Tony Kukoc.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow, let it happen, don't force it. You know, taking it to the rim against such a smaller defender is usually going to work out just fine.
Bogues the pass to Gill. He's picked up by Jordan. Gill against Jordan. He gathers. Gill misses.
He's really struggling in this quarter right now. They need to think about getting the ball out of his hand.
He dishes it to Armstrong. Left side, Jordan. And he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
How often have we seen him, Kevin, create wide open chances for himself like that?
And stolen by Jordan. Here's Pippen. Puts it up. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And the Bulls lead by 9. Charlotte calls timeout.
The coach doesn't look pleased at all. He's going to try to iron things out.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Hornets said to his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Jordan against Gill. 6 on the shot clock. With the clock winding down, and the layup is good.
Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Outside Jordan. Bogues defending. Jordan's shot is off. Hornets trail by 7. He passes to Newman. Jacks up a 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
You know, guys, most coaches prefer you drive the lane in transition, but this time the floor opened up for him out on the three-point line.
Right side, Jordan. There's the dish to Rodman. Jordan kicks to Rodman. Back to Jordan. Over Bogues. The shot is off. And the Hornets now going the other way. Guarded by Jordan. Bogues, good. Now just a 2-point Bulls lead.
Well, that was like a warm-up shot there, a warm-up jumper. No problem converting that one.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here is Kerr. Now here's Pippen. Tight defense on him. Outside Jordan to stop the run, and he finishes at the rack. Jordan's got 41.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
From 7, jump shot is good that time. Morning's got 4 this quarter.
Well, they've really picked up the intensity here since halftime.
I think they got the pep talk in both teams now, really going after each other.
That's good. And the Bulls lead by 4.
He's really been the focus of their offensive game plan. And he's come through for his team as they've built this lead.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Well, let's just hope it's a bump or a bruise and that he's back out on the floor soon.
You know, Steve, just one of those things. It does happen in the course of battle. We'll see.
Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for Chicago. Armstrong comes in for Kerr. Pulls up. Morning can't make it work. The Bulls leading by 4. Johnson against Jordan. Outside Pippen. Right side Jordan. No good. And the Hornets now going the other way. And here's the fast break. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And he makes the first.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Armstrong. Dishes it to Jordan. He's covered by Gill. Outside, Rodman. Jordan against Gill. Deflects the pass.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
Now Bogues. And here is Morning. That ties it up. Morning's got 26 points.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
There's the triple. It's hauled in by Newman. And it's the Hornets ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now.
Check out the Pando Pet Cafe to play with me.
From 11 feet away. Good. 20 points for him.
Well, they've finally taken the lead after a furious run.
Well, they took their bumps and lumps earlier, but dusted themselves off, and now they're fighting back.
Here's Armstrong. Right side, Rodman. Johnson on him. Rodman dishes to Jordan. Johnson over to help. Rodman passes to Jordan. Over Johnson, and Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 45 points.
He's locked in right now, guys, hitting some big shots here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Newman. Rodman covering. Newman with the bucket.
I think he's setting the tone for the entire team in this quarter. Tremendous stuff. Good action.
Here's Jordan. Takes it up. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Jordan's got 47 points.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Here's Bogues. Johnson left side.
You know, you look at his numbers, guys, and what concerns me is the turnovers. He's got 4 already, and he's just been careless with the ball.
They get the rebound. Pippen, the dunk and the foul. Powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Well, I like the heart on display right there. I mean, fighting for that rebound and stuffing it back in, that's good work.
Yeah, well, that'll go over well with the head coach.
Yeah, it sure will. I mean, it always does when you get it done on the offensive glass, because that's all about effort.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Here's Bowes. Mourning backing down. Good ball movement. Shot clock at 6. Gill misses.
Now, bad timing. His team trailing, and this has not been a quarter that he'd like to remember.
Outside Jordan. Over Mourning. It's good.
He's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Bogues with it. He's covered by Armstrong. Pass to Gill. Shot to stop the run. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
And they are in the driver's seat.
Yep, a basket here, and it pretty much wraps it up.
Bogues against Jordan. Money!
They've really executed well here offensively.
Well, it's going to take a major catastrophe, a colossal collapse, for them to not walk away with the win.
And the Hornets call time here. They're losing by 5. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they're not going to win this game, but at least you want to finish it out strong.
Well, there's no quit in them, that's for sure, Steve. You certainly can give them credit for that.
From 11 feet away, off on that one. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.
ZZZZ.
Oh, Dominique Wilkins. Nice.
Hi again, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. The Hawks were no match for the Bulls in last year's playoffs, but they'll try to turn their luck around when they get together tonight here at the United Center in Chicago. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. They've got Smith. Wilkins is out there with Kevin Willis, and it's Henderson in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Bulls, Jordan, he's in at shooting guard. Cartwright is out there with Dennis Rodman. Then it's B.J. Armstrong, and it's Pippen in at the 3 spot. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
I thought offensively, a lot of what they were doing really worked. But, of course, you found some gaping holes in that defense.
Steve, they had a bunch of success on even the most basic plays they were running. I mean, that was some pretty poor defense there.
Now here's Pippen. Now Smith defending. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Jordan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, the Hawks came into the postseason last year as the 5 seed and really weren't given too much of a chance, but they turned some heads against the Magic.
Well, back to the Hawks. They kind of backed into the postseason, losing, Steve, their last 6 regular season games.
Well, it shows sometimes that the regular season may not make any difference once the playoffs start. And I think Atlanta really caught fire in that first round against Orlando, won the series, and then gave Chicago some problems, too.
And they're on the break. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and they'll go to the line.
That was good awareness. Fouling and avoiding giving up. Easy dunk.
Well, I think that's just good, smart basketball. Make him earn his points at the line.
The free throw drops for Smith.
When you look at when the Bulls' fortunes turned, I mean, getting that ping pong ball to bounce their way in 2008, which ended up being Derrick Rose, that's a player that can change the direction of your franchise in a hurry, and he has. Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close. Boy, that was a nice little finger roll to finish the play. Splendid finish.
Clark, back to the point you made, seems to be how it always, Steve, works out for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, how about the odds of them getting Derrick Rose? About 1.7%. So they got lucky, but they took advantage, and Chicago has really built its team around Derrick Rose.
And the 3 ball is good. Smith's got 5 now.
The defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easily.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He told me that to him, the most impressive thing about his team has been their mistake-free play offensively, saying, we're not doing a lot wrong when we've got the ball in our hands, and we need to keep that frame of mind going. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Do you guys think their shooting will play as important a role as the coach made it sound?
Well, the object of the game is to put the ball in the basket, so you want your shots to fall, but I don't know if you can necessarily plan on that being the case.
Well, you'd like to plan on making every shot. It just doesn't happen that way. So the key to focus on is shot selection. Get good shots, and hopefully you'll have a good groove going tonight.
Rodman against Willis. Wilkins passes to Henderson. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And this game is tied up now. Jordan inside, defended by Wilkins. Rodman kicks to Jordan. And here's Armstrong. Deflected. Rodman dishes to Jordan. Over Wilkins. The shot by Jordan, no good. Here's Atlanta. This their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Well, if this is a matchup that feels familiar, it's because it is. Just last season, they were knocked out of the conference semis by this club.
Good basketball instincts on display there, making it happen.
Feeds it to Pippen. There's the feed to Armstrong. Backing in. Jordan against Wilkins. From 7, and Jordan with the nice inside bucket. Jordan's got his third basket of the night right there.
Clark, that probably weighs on their minds. A little payback might be in order.
Yeah, I agree. A little payback, definitely. That game might seem like a long time ago, but I guarantee you it's fresh in some minds here.
Goes up, and easy 2 points on the layup. Jordan's got 11 points.
He worked his way around the bigger man and found the hoop. Great play.
Yeah, really nice play. Wasn't bothered at all.
Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And it's the Hawks with the ball. They trail by 1. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
I thought they showed just how good they can be defensively as a team. They made it very difficult for anybody to find an open look out there.
Yeah, that was the preeminent factor in the game to me. I mean, just a great job they did at the defensive end of the floor.
Now here's Jordan, and he lays it up and in. 13 points in the game.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Smith with a screen on Armstrong. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Jordan. Jumps up. Oh, offensive interference. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Hawks trail by 3. Back to Wilkins. He's picked up by Pippen. Willis the pass to Wilkins. Buries the long-range jumper.
You can't just get a hand up. You've got to anticipate what he's doing before he shoots.
Armstrong kicks to Jordan. Pass to Cartwright. Moving it around. Tipped. And it's the Hawks with the ball. Here's Henderson. Jams it with authority.
No problem finishing there.
You know, those are painful to give up, Steve.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And Atlanta's overall record might have fallen last year, but they stayed just as strong as ever against the East. They were able to chalk up 31 wins against Eastern Conference opponents.
All sorts of time. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 15 points.
That's a great start for him, hitting 75% from the field on 8 attempts. For those of you that are struggling with math, he's 6 of 8.
Elo outside. Launches a 3. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And the East was a lot stronger. And he flushes it through. Strike slam for him with the replay.
Well, it's been back and forth. Really good battle here.
Yeah, real strong battle, guys, and it looks like it may come down to which team has the ball last as far as who wins.
And it's the Hawks with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. The pass to Willis. Backing down. Clock at 6. And the ball goes out of play following the shot. Chicago leading. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
Dishes it to Henderson. Here's Elo. Drills the three-pointer.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
On baseline J, Jordan's shot is off.
He thought he made that one.
He sure did. I mean, it was an excellent look. It just didn't go down.
Elo can't hit.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Armstrong backing down. Jordan. Outside Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's got 21.
He has taken over this game, guys. I don't know what else you can say about it.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Well, Chicago really established its home record last year at the United Center. In fact, they finished with the best record at home in the Eastern Conference. That was one of the big reasons why they were the #1 overall seed in the playoffs.
Luke Longley's checked in for Cartwright. Chicago on D. It's a three-point game. Passes it to Willis. He's picked up by Pippen. Now Willis coming off a stellar performance against Boston. 6 on the shot clock and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. You mentioned the Bulls, Steve, tied the other #1 seed, the Spurs. And so here is Atlanta. Jordan in at shooting guard. Tony Kukoc is out there with Pippen. And it's Dennis Rodman. And it's Armstrong in at the point guard. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Wilkins. He had 28 points in the win against Boston. The dish to Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. And that one's good. Wilkins. Wilkins has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Hawks. Jordan kicks to Pippen. Rodman against Wilkins. The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Willis. Guarded by Kukoc. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
Kukoc, a screen on Smith. Wilkins brings the double team. Rodman kicks to Pippen. Right side, Jordan for the 3. Offensive rebound. Kukoc dishes to Jordan. Right side, Jordan. The 3 is launched. Kukoc gets the bucket. Kukoc has got himself on the board at 3 there. Number 10. He's covered by Armstrong. Wilkins against Kukoc.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Just the power and the skill. Impressive.
Here's Jordan. 21 points in the game. Covered by Smith. Armstrong with it. He kicks it to Rodman. Willis on him. Fires it up. There's the block. The Hawks leading by 4. Number 10. He's covered by Armstrong. Number 33.
I'll tell you one thing, it's really hard to go from winning no playoff series in 1 year to a championship. That is a big jump. Only 2 teams have done it in the modern era. That's what the Bulls were up against last season.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Armstrong. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Kicks it to Jordan. Straight up. Another shot. Kevin Willis grabs the miss. And so here is Atlanta. 6-point game.
Boy, he needs to show more patience with the ball. That steal was easy pickings on such a long pass.
The shot's good from Jordan. Touching back in the Bulls, they had no easy opponents in their playoff run either.
Well, they were ultimately done in by the Heat, but the Pacers and Hawks were awfully tough too. So a great learning experience for a young Chicago team.
Wilkins, high quality look, and he sinks it. Wilkins has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Now here's Pippen. He's coming off a 13-point game again. Fires at the elbow. The shot by Jordan, no good.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, you had to feel for the Hawks and wonder why they couldn't get much going for themselves on the road last year, finishing under 500 away from home.
And making a change here, the Hawks. Henderson's checked in. Back to the Hawks. Steve, they weren't a great road team the year before either.
Well, you can't put it on youth anymore. I mean, this is a team that has some young players that have grown up. They've had plenty of experience. So something is just not right when they head out during the regular season. Postseason, they did pretty well last season. But unless you're a great team, you're probably not going to win the majority of your road games.
What a steal. That's some excellent defense right there.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, don't give up anything for free. I like that. Send him to the line.
Yeah, they don't want to sit back and watch you lay it in. I mean, make them earn it. Make them earn it. Don't give up anything easy.
So he gets them both.
Well, the Bulls had the best record in the entire NBA a season ago, and one of the reasons was that they were playing in the weaker Eastern Conference, and they really dominated their opponents in the East.
Now here's Jordan. 23 points in the game, and that's collected by Willis.
It's been a struggle. It's not happening right now. He needs to settle down a bit and let the offense come to him a little more. He's forcing things right now.
Steve, going back to the Bulls, it was never really close near the end as far as them taking the top spot in the East.
And it may have made them, Kevin, a bit rusty heading into the postseason as they didn't look their sharpest at times against the Pacers, but they were able to right the ship anyway.
You saw that series very closely. That was an interesting first-round series.
Very much so, and I thought the Pacers really fought and competed hard, and it was a good matchup for the Indiana Pacers. A young team, but had some matchup advantages there and made it tough for Chicago.
Cartwright's checked in for Chicago.
Boy, you look at the way the Hawks finished last season, and you thought they'd slip early in the playoffs, but they came out a different team.
Here's Jordan.
Boy, he got enough hang time there to put a little something extra on that one. 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, that's a play that's going to be remembered from this game, that's for sure.
I think that was more like a banana split, Clark.
At the line for the Bulls. One shot.
And he makes the free throw. And stolen by Jordan.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision.
That's his third most.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided.
Welcome to HB at the half. The Pistons came out on top again.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Here's Armstrong. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Wilkins is out there with Kevin Willis. And it's Smith, and it's Henderson in at the center position. There's the triple. That's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Tell you what, with the three-pointers flowing, this defense is really struggling.
And he puts it down with authority. Right slam cam for another angle.
Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the two-hander power jam.
Straight power there, guys.
You gotta love his determination.
Free throw good, Jordan. And so here is Atlanta. Left side, Wilkins. Guarded now by Dennis Rodman. Gets it to go. Wilkins has got 23 points.
Fantastic assist. Tremendous. I mean, you got to love that kind of passion. Beautiful.
Here's Jordan. And again, no good by Chicago.
Just 1 of 4 now to start this third quarter.
Cartwright against Willis. Here's Wilkins. He's got 23. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Well, they haven't had to ask him to do too much, but he's doing whatever's needed out there.
Armstrong passes to Jordan. He's against Smith. Jordan against Smith. Armstrong kicks to Jordan. 6 to shoot. Rodman with a screen on Smith. Lets it go from the wing. And again, no good by Chicago.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here. Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Now here's Jordan. He has 29. From the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Jordan's got 31 points.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Wilkins, and that falls. Wilkins has got 25 points in the game.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Here's Jordan, connects on the foul line jumper.
He has not lost his focus today. Even when things haven't gone his team's way, he's still bringing it.
Wilkins with a screen on Armstrong. Number 10, he's covered by Armstrong. And here are the Bulls now. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Wilkins with a screen on Armstrong. The tray. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Jordan with it. 33 points for him. Left side, Jordan. And that's collected by Willis.
Well, he did a nice job to get open there. Just a little unlucky not to knock it down.
Plenty of space. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Chicago calls timeout.
Well, we talk about players in their offseason, what they're doing to improve their conditioning. And yoga has been used to improve flexibility and strength. That's something that a lot of the players around the league have now leaned on. And it's really catching on.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor.
And that's what he does. I mean, he takes advantage. If you're going to play poor defense, he's going to get a hoop easily.
Concax checked in for the Hawks. Free throw good, Jordan. And it's ironic that yoga is really the new thing in the NBA. I know Steve and Clark and Doris and everybody else on our crew, we're always doing yoga before our broadcast. It's been around for thousands of years. And, of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the league's all-time highest scorer, credited with extending his career, his practice of yoga.
Well, you know, a number of guys have used yoga, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental and emotional and spiritual standpoint in their total well-being, and obviously it's enhanced their NBA careers because it does include flexibility, core strength, balance, all of those things you need in basketball. And I think the younger generation is understanding that it's a year-round job when you're a pro, and anything that you can do to help maintain the tool of your trade, your body, is well worth it.
Fires from 14, rebounded by the Hawks.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
And that one's good by Pippen.
Well, they're scrapping. I mean, they're giving it everything they've got, putting together a nice run here.
Steve will continue to see if they can chip away at it, but they've still got a long ways to go.
Here's Gray. He's got 5. Guarded by Jordan, and the shot is good. He's got 7.
Boy, the Hawks were really a pretty efficient team last year shooting the basketball, and they have been for some time. They just don't get baited into taking a lot of bad shots. Most of the time, their shot quality is good.
Pippen commits the loose ball foul, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Bulls making a change here. Paxson's checked in. Here's Gray. 7 points in the game. Clark back to the Hawks, and they're shooting. You know, Steve, they don't settle for lazy jumpers. First of all, what in your mind is a lazy jumper?
I think a lazy jumper is when you don't get movement before the shot goes up. You need flow to your offense to create a good possession. A lazy jumper is one where you just come down, you get no movement, and you just launch a jump shot.
Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. Here's Gray.
They are bringing the intensity defensively.
And that's what full court man-to-man's all about.
Chicago foul call. His fourth, second team. Coming off the floor for your Bulls.
And it's the Hawks with the ball. Jordan in at two guard. Dennis Rodman is out there with Cartwright. Then it's Pippen, and it's Armstrong in at point. That's the five out there for the Bulls. And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Now the Bulls with it, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Rodman dishes to Jordan. He feeds it to Armstrong. Jordan inside. Second shot opportunity. And it's the Hawks with the ball. Pippen against Smith. He's picked up by Pippen. Here's Willis, and there's the rejection. Here's Chicago. Here's Jordan. Up with it. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, you look at all these top-level teams in the NBA, and boy, I really enjoyed last year's playoffs. It was such an open-field, competitive action. You really felt that there were a number of teams with a chance to make a deep run.
Willis against Rodman. Here's the floater. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And last year's playoffs, so entertaining, Clark. Some competitive series. Steve, really an open field.
Yeah, it really is. There's so many good young teams in the NBA right now. And some of the older, more talented teams maybe on the way downhill. So this is going to be fascinating the next few years to see which teams can break through and get to that top level.
Now, here is Smith. From 18 feet away, there's Henderson, and he slams it in one-handed.
You know, everybody's got a job to do. Each player has a role in clearing space under the boards. That's his.
And then collecting on the second chance points, Clark, so important.
And is he hard to handle in the paint? Just so strong, and he attacks.
And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. They host the Clippers after this game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
NBA legend Rick Barry wrote that he thinks the players today are much better ball handlers than in his era. Would you agree, Clark?
Yeah, I certainly would. I mean, you think about it, players nowadays idolize the Magics and the Iversons of the world, and they have a lot more good ball handlers to look at and pattern themselves after.
Rebounded by Rodman. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Oh, yeah! Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's like you draw it up right there. That was beautiful.
No doubt about it, Steve. I mean, always love to finish at the rack.
Here's Elo. In what ways do you think the players of Barry's were better?
How much they lost? 146 to 99. Oh my God. That's unbelievable. Let me do something, guys. Oh, come on.
Thanks for joining us as we bring you this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports along with Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. The Bulls are enjoying this break from the road, and this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road, so home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
Well, last year these teams split the two games they played, something we see so often in these interconference series.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Rogers. Harper's out there with Richardson. And it's Wright in a power forward. And for Chicago, Jordan in at shooting guard. Dennis Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's B.J. Armstrong. And it's Cartwright in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Rodman. He feeds it to Armstrong. 5 on the clock.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more. Steve, you alluded to the two games they split last season, and that really is the case, isn't it, Clark? When two teams see each other so rarely, you can often throw out the records.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right there, Kevin. That's a definite. I mean, you're just not sure what you're going to get from those games.
Armstrong against Richardson. Good look. Gets it to go.
Look at that dime. On time and on target.
On defense, the Clippers coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And I'd point to the fact that they didn't have to lean completely on their starters. Their reserves really came off the bench, did a nice job.
And that really allowed them to spread the minutes around and keep guys fresh throughout the game.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with head coach of the Clippers for just a moment. He said that a key for this game is not giving away any easy looks as a defense. He told me, quote, they'll do enough scoring on their own without us making it easier for them. We have to work hard each time we defend our basket for all 4 quarters in this one. Consistency, guys, is what he's looking for.
Thanks, Doris. Well, Clark, that's a potent offense they're up against right now, and they know it.
You know, I wouldn't doubt that we see them make a few adjustments on the move over the course of the game, in the flow, making changes.
Well, they're going to have to make some adjustments as the game goes along. This team is too dynamic offensively to deal with by playing one style. And so the schemes, I think, will change according to how the game's going.
Here's Harper. The Bulls getting the bucket. Kicks to Richardson. Rodman brings the double team. Richardson the pass to Harper. From 17 feet out. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Now, you got to play defense without fouling, and they did not do that in that game. The foul trouble by the end of the game was really a major issue.
And it hurt them in 2 ways. One, in addition to all the points, it led to at the free throw line. 2, it also prevented them from being able to play aggressive defense down the stretch. So a double-edged dilemma.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, in that first round against the Pacers, the Bulls got a bit of a scare, but they were able to bounce back and get it done in 5 games.
Roberts, he is guarded by Cartwright. Back to Richardson. Shot clock at 5. Rogers. He's picked up by Jordan.
Check out the Pet Cafe.
Just over 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Armstrong against Richardson. Baseline try. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 9. Back to the Bulls. You know, Steve, they kind of started the playoffs a little bit slow against Indiana, a very feisty Pacer team, but then turned it up in the later rounds.
Well, remember, this is a young team. It was their first taste of the playoffs, so they got the experience. They started to really turn it up against Atlanta, but then, of course, ran into Miami and kind of ran out of steam.
And stolen by Jordan.
The opening was there for a split second, but he didn't get it there in time.
Again, Chicago.
Then you have to like the way they've started out offensively.
Yeah, I like the way they put together basket after basket, consecutive hoops, and as a result, they put together a nice lead here.
Here's Harper, coming off a solid outing against Cleveland.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
Now Jordan. Richardson is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Here's Armstrong. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Left side, Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. Cartwright. Jordan. Richardson cover. Pulls up on the wing.
Well, you know, it doesn't seem like they've missed many shots here.
Jordan can't get it to go. It's stolen by Rodman. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Armstrong. Outside Jordan. The 3. Good on the shot. Jordan's got 14 points for the game.
And that makes 6 out of 7 shooting the ball here, so he is off to a blazing start.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You're right, they've been shooting lights out here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Kevin, they're playing with tremendous confidence right now.
Here is Harper. Richardson with it. Rogers working against Armstrong. Changes up. P.J. Armstrong comes up with the rebound. The feed to Jordan. Gets a look. And it's Harper with the rebound.
Boy, surprised to see that one stay out.
Me too, Steve. I mean, those are ones that usually go down for sure.
Armstrong against Rogers. Straight up. Blocked.
If I'm him, I'm looking to move the ball the rest of the quarter because he cannot buy a shot. Now, they got the big lead early. We'll see if they can continue this momentum.
Yeah, you know, guys, they've been strong on both ends of the floor so far, and I think they can keep it up.
He gathers, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, the Clippers made so much improvement last year, but one area they struggled, they only went 13 and 17 against the weaker Eastern Conference. So that's a number they'd like to improve upon this year.
Making a switch here, the Bulls. Paxson's checked in. We talk about those Eastern Conference teams and making those road trips to the West. Even the Clippers were not in... Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown.
Big time action. Sprite Slam Cam once again.
Decided to go with a little trickery, went to the reverse. You got to love that.
We don't get to see too many of those.
No, we got to savor that one for sure. Well, Chicago really established its home record last year at the United Center. In fact, they finished with the best record at home in the Eastern Conference. That was one of the big reasons why they were the #1 overall seed in the playoffs.
And here's Richardson looking for his first bucket of the game. And that one's good. You mentioned the Bulls, Steve, tied the other #1 seed, the Spurs, for the best home record in the entire league. Boy, those were 2 great teams in the regular year, Clark.
They certainly were. 36 wins in 41 tries. Just what you'd expect from a team that was so dominant at home like the Bulls were.
Now, defensively, you have to question the effort, but nice play there.
Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Rodman. Rodman's got his 5th rebound in this one. Goes up, and Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 20.
They're getting whatever they want in the paint early on.
Well, doing work inside. That's why they've been able to build the lead. They've been playing smash mouth basketball.
The 10-footer, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Boy, they are not messing around here, guys. They are really banging the glass hard early on.
+5 margin already in rebounding, and it looks like this is going to be a factor all game.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Here's Paxson. He had 15 points last outing. Outside Jordan. A floater off on that one. Clippers trail by 14. Now here's Richardson. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Now Jordan flushes it down.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. Can never see too many of those.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harper's checked in.
You know, guys, I like what the Clippers have done. They have added some really good young talent to build on, and they're looking to improve upon their 9-32 road record of last season.
And a young team like the Clippers, Steve, what do you think are some of the keys to winning on the road?
Well, it starts with defense and rebounding because when you go on the road, you can't count on making long shots and getting transition and finding easy points. The game's going to be tougher, so you have to defend and rebound to give yourself a chance. Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside. When you look at when the Bulls' fortunes turned, I mean, getting that ping pong ball to bounce their way in 2008, which ended up being Derrick Rose, that's a player that can change the direction of your franchise in a hurry, and he has.
Grant, he's checked in for Richardson. Clippers trail by 18. Grant outside. Jordan against Harper. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. That's good. He has 6. Clark, back to the point you made, seems to be how it always, Steve, works out for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, how about the odds of them getting Derrick Rose? About 1.7%. So they got lucky, but they took advantage, and Chicago has really built its team around Derrick Rose.
A shot by Jordan, no good.
This has been a strong statement by them, the way they've come out and attacked the glass early.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. I love the physical play, the fact that they're taking the game right to their opponents.
They get a hand on it. Easy shot. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Boy, I like the fluidity I'm seeing from them on offense. It's a thing of beauty. Fun to watch.
Got it.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Here's Grant. 1:11 left here in the first quarter. Wright with a screen on Armstrong. Grant backs in. Harper. Clock at 6.
Oh, we just started this game, and we've already got 4 turnovers.
Well, they've been unruly, undisciplined, untidy, not careful. I mean, they've got to buckle down here.
Here's Jordan with the second effort. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Right now, it's all working for him here in the first. The shots have been falling.
Yeah, their offense has been very impressive. If they keep this up, Clark, they're going to be tough to beat.
Free throw good, Jordan.
Well, for the Clippers, they have the athleticism, the size, and the strength to be a good defensive team, but clearly they need more experience. They were in the bottom half of the NBA in defensive efficiency.
Harper. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
He may single-handedly bring his team back, guys. What a fantastic quarter he's having.
And, when you talk about the Clippers, Clark, where do you think they need to improve most defensively? We just heard Steve say in defensive efficiency, that's a good place to start.
Yeah, that would be, and it's all mindset, Kevin, especially when you got a young team. It's about committing to play defense and then learning how to communicate. A lot of young players have to be taught how to talk and how important talking is and communicating, and then it's effort. So if you get those things in place, you got a chance to be good defensively.
Well, that communication point you bring up is an excellent one. You're right on the money there.
Thanks.
At the line for the Bulls, one shot.
No good there. He's unable to convert on the three-point play. Grant with the ball. Good if it goes. Good!
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, with a basket.
And guys, he got it off just in time. Nice play.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Bulls lead by 15.
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off.
Here's Armstrong. 19-point game. Jordan in a two-guard. Pippen is out there with Tony Kukoc. And it's Dennis Rodman. And it's Armstrong in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Backing down is Pippen. And it's rejected. Clippers trailed by 19. Here's Harper. He's got 11. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Here's Murray, trailing by 19. The shot's good from Rogers.
That was all about the assist there. Just a beautiful feed.
Here's Armstrong, looking for his first bucket of the game.
And they're going with the full court pressure in the man-to-man.
Steve, that's a really hard look to stay with for a long period of time.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one. He's been a handful.
From downtown, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Pushes up. Clippers trail by 16. Harper with the ball. 14 points for him. Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The high post shot. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
You know, seeing the Bulls here, they were just absolutely terrific against the Western Conference last year, and I don't think that should be a surprise at all.
And Rodman backs in. Ball's knocked loose. Pippen against Rogers. Here's Jordan. Rebound by the Clippers. Wright's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Like you mentioned, the Bulls in the West, Steve, they were 23-7 against the conference. Very good numbers.
That was the best mark of any team in the East. 3 more wins than the Heat, who came in second with 20.
Can't get it to go. Now the Clippers take it the other way. Here's Harper. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. So for the Bulls, Cartwright comes in for Tony Kukoc, and Buechler's subbed in for Pippen. On defense, Chicago feeds to Grant. Harper against Jordan. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away, Harper's shot's good. He's got 16. The Bulls leading by 9. Outside Jordan. Can they get it? Gets it to go.
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
And here are the Clippers. 11-point game. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, he's had enough of that lackadaisical defense. They've got to help on penetration and deny all of these points in the paint.
Here's Grant. Hyatkowski guarded by Jordan. Six to shoot. Fires top of the key. Dennis Rodman. Pulls it in. Rodman's got 6 rebounds now in the game. A shot by Jordan, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Hyatkowski. Outside Harper. Pass to Wright. He's against Cartwright. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Wright's got his first points of the night.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
And here is Jordan. 37 points for him.
Defensive foul. Harper. Actually, first Jordan.
First one falls for him.
Still haven't seen them miss a shot from the line in this quarter, so they're doing a nice job of protecting the lead.
Well, they're cashing in from the line. I mean, they're making them pay for fouling them right now.
Well, you wonder, will the NBA ever go the route of international sports and start putting sponsors' logos on the team jerseys? That would be an enormous step, but it would also be very lucrative for the teams.
That one goes. Count it.
He had his head up and was looking to make that pass all the way. You love that unselfishness.
He's guarded by Harper. Jordan's shot is off. And, you know, speaking of sponsorships on the players' jerseys, we've seen that in the WNBA and the D-League. Some people feel it's just a matter of time before we see it in the NBA.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a commercialization that takes place, particularly at the pro level, that we've come to accept and consider part of the territory. I still think you want to try to balance it and do it in good taste. I mean, you think of the classic freeze frame of Jordan dunking with the fast food logo center frame on his jersey. I mean, that might be pushing it a tad too far.
He's guarded by Harper. Stripped away.
For the most part, they're doing a nice job of taking care of the ball, though.
That should be absolutely illegal.
Just a sensational play. Here's our Spike Slam Cam.
Oh, he's killing me right now. Absolutely killing me. That's just ridiculous.
It is. You know, that's what basketball, Clark, is all about right there.
That's exactly why we love this game. The greatest athletes in the world.
The Bulls leading by 9. Kirk kicks to Jordan. Backs him down. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jordan's got 41.
I love how relentless he is. I mean, he just continues to come at you all night.
Jordan against Harper for the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Now, they gave him just a little bit too much breathing room there.
Kirk kicks to Jordan.
Hope everyone enjoys it here. Please follow the stream.
Dishes to Pippen. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home. Here's Jordan, and he's got 41.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Can't get it to go. Here's Harper. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there, sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Kerr, the pass to Carter. Back to Kerr. Rebound by the Clippers. Wright's got his 5th rebound in this one. Next game for him, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. The Bulls leading by 3. Now here's Jordan. Last time out he had 44 points. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, in the first, I thought he did a really good job of putting pressure on the defense and creating opportunities at the foul line for himself. Not as much here in the second.
He hits both from the stripe. And so here are the Clippers, trailing by 5. Jordan against Harper. Guarded by Jordan. Rogers against Cartwright. He goes up. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Yeah, he's struggled with his shot this quarter, and he's got to find a groove somehow.
Back to Jordan. Right side, Jordan. And Wright pulls it down.
He should make that one. Guys, he had a pretty good look at the basket, just couldn't get it to go.
Rogers, a screen on Kerr. Running shot. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
That time he found the gap in the defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And that one misses. Dennis Rodman. He's checked in for Chicago. Armstrong comes in for Kerr. And the Clippers making a change here. Good on the second free throw.
Could have had more there, but at least he made it a 2-possession game.
Tries to keep it alive. Now Grant. He's picked up by Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Rogers.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him, because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
We'll see you in just a moment, live here from Chicago.
53. The Clippers. 52.
Thanks for joining us this Tuesday night for the HP Halftime Report. We've seen the Bulls slugging it out. They might be... The Pacers in Indianapolis. And
it's been a back and forth. Game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Harper. He's out there with Richardson. And it's Rogers in at the 3 slot. From 11 feet away. That drops. Jordan's got 46 points.
Boy, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Up top, Armstrong. Back to Jordan. He dishes it to Rodman. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got 7 rebounds in the game.
This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital.
Boy, that finish right there was ammonia strong. The way he took that one to the rack, guys. Oh, I love it.
How could you not? Terrific slam.
But without too much resistance from the defense, I mean, I don't know. Ammonia strong? I don't even know what that means.
Jordan dishes to Armstrong. Bangs home the trifecta. 5 points in the game.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Here's Richardson. There's the pick. He's picked up by Jordan. He passes to Rogers. Some nice passing. Lets it go. The offensive rebound. Jordan against Richardson. He's picked up by Jordan. Second shot opportunity, and he zips to the basket and lays it in.
He's so graceful around the rim. Sometimes you forget how strong he is.
He's guarded by Harper. With some arc. Good. Jordan's got 48.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
And the Clippers call time here. Here is Rogers. He has 7. He's picked up by Pippen.
You can't get too loose with the ball down on the low post. Too easy to steal it. Good foul. Make him earn the free throws. Don't let this team dunk.
I like that. That's a smart foul. I mean, it's a lot easier to dunk it than it is to hit 2 free throws. Make him earn them at the strike.
The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Here is Harper. 18 points for him. And stolen by Jordan. Here's the break. Jumps up. Rogers pulls it in. Clippers trail by 6. Richardson kicks to Wright. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Wright's got his second bucket of the game to go. And the Bulls with possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Jordan. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Harper. He's covered by Armstrong. Tipped away.
You know, one of the things the Clippers did last year was to improve offensively. I mean, up from the 4th worst offense in the league to just 8th worst, but they got a long ways to go yet.
And Clark, you're right. You know, turnovers were a big issue for that team last year.
Major. Can't turn it over, partner.
Steve, they averaged the second most in the NBA.
Yeah, and part of that, I think, comes from trying to force the ball into the paint. They were a poor outside shooting team, near the bottom of the league in three-point percentage. So they had to take their chances trying to squeeze the ball inside, and it often led to mistakes. And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
And the first one at the line is good.
Are you kidding me? They're like different guys this half. They haven't missed a single free throw.
Stepping up and knocking him down, Clark.
Here's Richardson. Here's Harper. The shot will not go. Some solid defense by Rodman. Pushing it up. Armstrong against Rogers. The shot, using his post moves to get the 2 points. He's got 9.
He continues to do everything well out there.
You know what? And it's really hard based on that to determine what he's done best so far.
Armstrong against Harper. Releases. Armstrong gets the bucket. Here's Richardson. Open look. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Richardson against Jordan.
It wasn't an easy call, but I think it was the right one. Looked like he got hit on the way up.
Yes, sir. Clearly gets him while he's releasing the ball there, Steve. No doubt about it.
First free throw is good. The Clippers making a switch here. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Number 30. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
It takes a lot of skill and agility to lay it in with the defense right on you. That's a terrific finish.
The pass to Cartwright. Jordan up top. Non-stop scoring machine here. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. Pippen, no luck.
Defense didn't give him any space there.
Beyond the arc. No luck, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Outside Jordan. Left side Jordan. Pippen against Rodgers. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got 57 points.
I can tell you for sure they didn't want this. I actually can guarantee it. They're getting pounded, brutalized inside.
Now, it wouldn't be so bad if they were getting the same looks on the other end, but that's just not the case.
But that basket is now 6 points off of their giveaways this quarter.
Yeah, they got to tighten things up out there, Clark. I mean, they are not playing well at all. It's time to take care of the ball and get some good shots.
Wennington, he's checked in for the Bulls. Free throw good, Jordan.
You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of it.
They set the screen. The kick out to right. Number 30. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Bulls leading by 10. Armstrong with it. He has 7. Back to Pippen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Pippen's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, points in the paint have been a huge factor here for them.
Steve looking to take it inside and go up strong. That's a remedy for success.
Armstrong against Richardson. Number 30, guarded by Jordan. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
Aggressive transition game leads to the easy hoop.
Yeah, I'd love to see these guys just trampolining to the hoop.
Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Rodgers can't make the basket.
He may want to start spreading the ball around a little bit. His shot is off right now.
Outside Pippen. Outside Jordan. The fader. There's the bucket. Good. And the Bulls lead by 16.
And he's performing at such a high level. That's why they're in the lead right now.
And here's Richardson. Rodgers against Pippen. They need this one. Here's Richardson, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Richardson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside Jordan. Teardrop shot, but they retain possession. That's good. Pippen's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Up with it, and they call goaltending. They'll give him the bucket.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash-mouth basketball, taking it inside.
So both teams making some changes here. 1:15 left in the third. Outside Jordan. Shot clock at 6. From 17 feet out. And the shot is good.
What an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
Now, here's Richardson. He's got 6. Outside Harper. Knocked away. Shot from the top of the key. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. With the shot. Here is Rogers. 11 points in the game. There's the dish to Richardson. Good ball movement. Here's Harper. The baseline jumper goes down. 20 points for him.
It's a good thing he showed up today, because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
Kerr, the pass to Jordan. Cartwright with a screen on Harper. Here's Jordan. Off target there with the little leaner. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Rolls out front, leading by 14. Now as we get going here in the fourth, let's send it over to Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Bull spark has to be the great play from their 2 spot. Right from the opening tip, he was locked in, ready to play, and help push his team to this advantage. What he has in store for the fourth remains to be seen.
Good stuff, Doris. You know, Clark, he has really been the engine driving them today.
You know, quite honestly, they wouldn't be in the position they're in right now if it weren't for him, Kevin.
Yeah, they've been really leaning heavily on him, and he's come through in a big way, guys.
They've got Dennis Rodman. Kerr is out there with John Paxson. Then it's Tony Kukoc, and it's Cartwright in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Murray. Rodman covering. Shoots from the elbow. Murray, good. Here is Kerr. He's covered by Grant. Cartwright inside. Off target with the jump hook.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Now Murray. Guarded now by Dennis Rodman. Murray, good.
Man, they are both lighting it up here.
Exciting basketball, Steve. I mean, it's been back and forth, each side dropping in points every chance they get.
Grant against Kerr. He's covered by Grant. From past the arc, Kukoc gets the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 13.
I tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there beyond the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that.
And he slams it home. Here's the replay on the Spike Slam Cam.
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on that one.
Good for the three-point play. Here is Kerr. Now Cartwright. Nice move. Shot denied. Kerr against Grant. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Bulls leading by 10. Paxson with the ball. Passes it to Cartwright. He's guarded by Harper. Right up. Left side, Rodman. Clock at 6. with the clock winding down. And it's Harper with the rebound.
Gotta like the defense not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Grant outside. Here's Murray working on Rodman. Post-up shot. The tray. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
And here's Kerr. Pass to Paxson. Stolen away.
Smooth defense there. He made it look like the pass was in.
A little bit of a struggle defensively. They got to defend the hoop.
I'm not sure they could have gotten there anyway.
Here is Kerr. The pass to Paxson. He kicks it to Rodman. Kukoc against Harper. Impressive shot there, making it on the move. Kukoc has got 7 now in this quarter. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Clark. A lot of momentum here offensively.
Back to Grant. 5 to shoot. Open look. Rebound by the Bulls. Rodman's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Kerr, the pass to Paxson. Rodman sends a screen. Paxson kicks to Rodman. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Wennington, he's checked in for Cartwright. Pippen comes in for Tony Kukoc. Jordan, he's checked in for John Paxson. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for Kerr. Here's Rodman. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Got just enough of him on the way out to draw that whistle.
I thought that was a good call, Steve. I mean, you could see how that affected his shot just a little bit.
That free throw missing. The Clippers making a switch here. White's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both. Clippers trail by 12. Now, here's Richardson. He's covered by Armstrong. Here's Murray. Drops in the layup for 2.
Kevin, great finish on the low block. I love it.
Here's Armstrong. Here's Pippen. Oh! Rises up and throws it down.
Now that's just rubbing it in, fella.
Throwing it down with style.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
And here's Richardson. They set the pick. From 20 feet out. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Pippen's got his 5th rebound in this one. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Here's Jordan. Up top, Pippen. Richardson cover. Jordan, Richardson cover. Takes it up for the stuff.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, just a little reminder of whose rim it is.
Cartwright's checked in for Wennington. That free throw good from Pippen. Here's Richardson. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Well, yeah, there's not much margin at all, Clark. They can't afford to waste any more possessions.
Here's Jordan. Richardson cover. The shot's good from Jordan. And the Bulls lead by 13. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Steve enjoys that too.
Yeah, that's the best part of the game. I mean, a five-man team game where the ball moves. There's so much unselfish play. It's beautiful to watch. Tell you what, they're struggling to protect the ball here. Kind of a messy second half.
Just 5 to shoot. They rule this one. Goaltending. Help the shot.
Well, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside.
Richardson the pass to Rogers. Right. They're moving it around. And stolen by Jordan.
Turnover starting.
That's worthy of a standing O for that one. He's getting a standing O. You got to get up for that.
I'm up. Hey, yeah, you know, he does deserve a little special treatment for that one.
Fellas, just sit down. Let's leave it to the fans, all right? Settle down.
Here's Richardson. And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seeing, and they're going to try to hash it out here.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Luke Longley's checked in for Cartwright. Huntington comes in for Dennis Rodman. Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Pippen. And Bushler subbed in for B.J. Armstrong. Here's Harper. Here's Richardson. Over Jordan. Richardson, good.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
Now Jordan. Five on the clock. Floats one up. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Jordan. Clock is at 3.
Well, he got one to go in the first, but he hasn't been able to connect from three-point land here in this half.
Bill Wellington. First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Clippers trail by 15. Harper with the ball.
2 minutes.
Richardson kicks to right. And the Bulls make it. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan player of the game.
Glenn Rice. Really good 3-point shooter. Richmond. I make Kobe Bryant 86 overall at 19. It was 74, I think. Yeah. But I want him to be superstar from the beginning. Kem has had a bug and I had to remove it from the team. Okay guys, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow again.